Sorry, I didn't take it off mute. Let's try that again. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? My phone, my StreamYard, and myself, we're all acting a little weird today. So hopefully you guys heard the intro and everything went well. I was having trouble hearing it myself and controlling everything in the background. So what's up, everybody? How's it going? Who's here? I see people watching, but I don't see any of you on Twitch. So you must be our Facebook friends, um, maybe people on YouTube. Drop a comment anywhere you can to let me know who you are and how you're doing. Maybe you're on Twitter/X. Let's chat a little bit. My name's Dominic. I am one of the V-Dads, My Daily Dads crew here. We do this show every day. Usually there's other people. Like to have a little chat engagement, so I'm not just sitting here talking to myself. I'm probably the most uncomfortable in the group with talking to myself. You'll see me fidgeting a lot, all those things. But how's everyone doing? Good morning. It is Saturday. I am home with my family. Man, that light back there. But anyways, we are going to talk a couple of things. We're going to talk gratitude. We're going to talk the Daily Dad reading by Ryan Holiday. It's a new month, so we get to explore a new topic this month. So let me start off with some gratitude. Gratitude. So everybody share your gratitude if you have it. Um, and, we like to start our day with gratitude. It makes us feel better. I've been doing this for a while, and it really is a helpful thing. I have a whole book, that I'm write my gratitude in every morning. Today's gratitude for me uh, was about yesterday. Yesterday, Friday, we dropped the kids off at school, and then we went on a double date with some of our friends. We went to a restaurant, had some drinks, had some good food, some really good conversations, talked about our upcoming um, vacation plans. We're going to, as a group, we're going to hit up Palm Springs for Mother's Day with the whole family. We did that last year, and it was a lot of fun. And then for Father's Day, it looks like we're going to be going to Sedona. So that was a lot of fun. We had a good time with those two. They are becoming some really good friends of ours. So the two wives get along, the two husbands get along, and we all get along as a couple. Um, so that's good. I hope I hope everyone else out there has some friends like that. It really has become an amazing thing for our family, especially me and my wife. Like having people our age, live close by, kids somewhat similar age, and we all get along. Hey, Blaze,
What's up, man?
how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just hanging out here solo, talking to thin air. No one's engaging with me. No one's in Twitch. It's like a blackout here.
Oh,
But Saturdays. Some people sleep in.
how was your day yesterday? Did you get all those things done?
Uh, what were the things I was supposed to get done?
I don't know.
I
You said you were going to hang out with your wife and maybe
Yeah,
go.
we had a the main thing we did was after we dropped off the kids, we had it. I was just telling the abyss, the ether. We went on a double date with a couple,
Yeah.
like in our little friend group, and so I was just chatting about that and just basically saying like how, we really get along with this couple. Like I'm vibing with the husband, my wife's vibing with the wife, and then like all together we, all get along. Our kids, like our youngest kid, like so Bentley and their youngest kid Jordan, they are in the same grade.
Hmm.
Um, our our middle child Brooklyn, she's about a year or two older than their oldest, and they only have two. So Bailey's kind of a little left out in the ether, but Bailey doesn't. Bailey's got friends and sports, so she doesn't care. So it's
Yeah.
like a really good family dynamic for us. But yeah, it was a good day. How was your day?
Um, it's gonna sound really dumb, but yesterday was like the X payout for like people that are monetized,
Mm-hmm.
and like 2 weeks ago, I got like $200, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yesterday I got zero.
Oh no.
So
That's funny.
I'm like, I mean, I went on the cruise, and
Yeah. Yep.
um, so I thought I'd at least get $20.
Is the payout every week or 2 weeks or month or
It's every 2 Fridays,
every 2 Fridays? Okay.
and I thought like I did enough to earn at least $20.
Ryan,
And
shut Blaze down. How much did you get?
I really want to get context. I feel like coming in late, I'm like, I want to hear what's happening because I was so into it. Wait, what am I doing? Shutting him down? I'm going to shut Blaze down.
because
How much did you get for your X payout?
Oh.
Blaze got zero.
I got to this point of like being able to do this. So I honestly believe that part of me feeling burnt out when we had a conversation was pushing so hard to get that done. But it wasn't just the fact of like the hours, the time. It was like the emotion. Like, first of all, I became so hardened to like anybody saying something negative. I didn't even care anymore. I was like, whatever. I'll like, it doesn't like, who are you? You're a bot, man. I don't even care if you're a real person. But like, anyway, so I think the second payout after I got my first payout, it was zero because I was like, whatever. And then I think I just like said like 2 inflammatory things like in the next time, and I got like $10. And then I got zero since, and I haven't been focused on it. So
Got it.
but like Kowski goes hard, and he just made $10. So it's like I'm like, whatever.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
But Blaze, how much?
Well,
How much
props
did
on
you-
Blaze for making
yeah.
like, because I think Blaze made a couple $100 one time.
Yeah, well,
I
2
saw
weeks
that.
ago I made 200, and now I made zero. And
I think it's retroactive though.
like the
I think.
first payout's retroactive.
I think so. If you look
I
at the
think so.
dates, go back and take a look at the dates because for some reason I feel like the dates do look back into the past a little bit or something. Anyway, how did it make you feel to get zero?
I think it really ties in today because it's like you can't. Today I was talking about you can't do love, work, and family. And if I told a very significant person in my life that, I think that they would say, you can do all three. You can't. And then it makes a lot of sense to me. I think that we should be evolving to a society where we can do those three things. But I think we're taking a step away from that right now where they're almost like, I believe in hybrid. I think go to work sometimes be at home. I don't think you should have to be 100% anywhere. And I think we should get away from the 40-hour work week. The problem with that though, is there's a lot of places that just doesn't work, like healthcare. If all the nurses were like, all right, we're all working 20 hours a week now, then no one's going to fill the hospital. Same with doctors and other people. Schools. And so I think the big problem with that is like, if someone is able to do that, I think they should be allowed to. But then I think everyone else is like, that's not fair. That's not fair. And it's like, so I don't know what the answer is. I'm just a poor reply guy hanging out with my but if you think about it, like technology is unlocking this. Like I have, oh no, it's family. Was it family, friends, and work? Is that it?
Family, friends, and
work
scene.
and scene. Scene being like friends, parties, like networking, like those kind of. It's kind of a blend.
I feel like this group right here has unlocked the friends part.
Yeah. You know what I picture? Because I always think of analogies. I was like, how does this play in? I picture these three things as like saltines, Nature Valley granola bars, and then Fluffernutter. Having to use your fingers, and then someone telling you, okay, do all three and don't make a mess. So it's completely how I feel about it. It was
Jason,
good.
how
Good
are you?
morning, Jason.
Good morning, guys. How's it going? I'd just like to point out that I am on February 29th in the book. So
Wow.
I'm prepared to talk about that.
No, we're going to talk about that in a couple of years.
I listened to this one yesterday because I thought yesterday was March 1st and it wasn't. But I do want to point out Scuba Steve's in the house. Scuba Steve says that he could meet your challenge that you were talking about, Ryan. So Steve, I would love to see that video. I think I obviously am not good at creating content for XPath's algorithm. So I would love to see a video of you doing that. No crumbs underwater. Oh, okay. That's
Scuba Steve is a robot and he doesn't sleep, so I'm sure he can do family work and singing without a problem.
Yeah, who cares? I've got more smoothies.
idea.
But you did?
I'm gonna wave to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Wave. Say
Good
hi.
morning, DM.
It's DM's birthday month.
What? It's exciting.
Wait,
Four.
It is
I thought her-
exciting.
I thought
Her and Brody have the same birthday month.
I just
Yeah, well, so does my goddaughter.
Who's your goddaughter? Goddaughter.
My
Kira.
daughter.
Oh, your daughter? Who's
Oldest, yeah.
There's a lot of daughters here, right?
You want it?
I think only daughters.
You want it?
You're the weirdo, Blaze.
I have a daughter.
Oh, who has a son?
Me and Don have sons.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
But Daddy, I want you to help me.
that's the way that
I
works.
don't eat shit.
What's up, Ann? Good morning. Good morning. All right. Gratitude. Where's everybody at?
So I said all mine before you guys got on, but mine was for my friends, the lunch date yesterday. So I'll let you guys go.
That's awesome.
Robbie's in the chat. Hey,
I had a similar to Dom. Me and my two younger daughters. I got to pick them up from school, which has been like a full year since I did that before, since Kristen's away with my oldest. So we had a little habit last year when I would pick them all up. We would do snack Fridays. We would just stop at a gas station, and I really enjoyed that. And this year I can't do that, but yesterday I got to do it. So we bumped it up a notch and got boba.
Ooh.
nice.
So it was just nice little nostalgic piece.
Today, my gratitude today, me and Bryson are going to go to a rock climbing gym. On the boat, there's a rock wall, and he thinks he likes rock climbing. So we're going to go check it out and see if this is something that he wants to pursue as an activity.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I was remembering someone brought up rock climbing the other day and I was going to chat about it, but I went through a pretty decent sized rock climbing phase a couple of years back. Bailey got Bailey into it. She did some classes. It's a good time. It's a lot of fun. I miss it for sure. But it just got that was like literally like applies to today's reading. It got too hard. That was like my scene. So like the guy that I had a dad friend, he liked it too. Like he really enjoyed it, but he was like a very busy person. Like he has 3 kids and they were like hardcore in sports. So he'd be like bouncing them from school to sports to whatever. So his schedule was like incredibly messed up. And so like the only time he can go would be like 9 or 10 a.m. when they're in school. And that's like in the middle of my work day. So I like would make it work for a while, but then it was like, I wasn't working, I'd like be out for 2 hours, on a wall, or an hour and a half or whatever. And then it was okay when Bailey had classes, but her classes were at like 5 p.m. and like at 5 p.m. That's when everything, but yes, the rock climbing gym like gets really busy because everybody gets off work. And so anybody who wants to go,
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I literally have my climbing stuff just like sitting in a bin, and every time I see it, like I haven't had the galls to throw it away. Like Bailey's shoes are like, like they nowhere near fit her feet,
Yeah.
like because it was years ago.
Yeah, I need to decide if I'm going to try and climb, because I think it's a kid's class, and I'm a little nervous because he's just really bad with listening versus free play. So, but he really likes this. So I'm hoping that he pays attention and listens.
Speaking of scenes, the rock gym was at one time one of the scenes that I really wanted to be a part of that I very quickly learned I didn't have the time to do. I have rock climbing shoes, and I always just kind of enjoyed the vibe of like a late night rock climbing gym. And I had started when Kira was like between 1 and 3. It just felt really good, like a good independent activity that might be conducive to like making adult friendships, but just never, it was like maybe 2 weeks where I realized I just don't have the time for it. There's certain things as far as like when they say like pick 2 of these things. I don't know about you guys, but did you guys like how much did you try to do all 3, or do you still try to do all 3?
Oh, I try to do all 3 so hard, and I think it's hard. I don't think I let one go.
Yeah, I used to do that, and I at this point I am very graciously accepting that I don't have the time for all 3, but I'll do all 3, just not all at the same time.
I almost want to say there's a 4th one, and Ryan, I'd be curious. So, friends, family, work, and I would throw fitness on there too.
Yeah, I was gonna say self.
Oh, yeah. Self is definitely replaced scene for me, especially gym and fitness. I'd say out of, I guess besides family, fitness has just paid dividends, especially as we get older.
I think when I was reading it too, I was also thinking about like self-discovery, and then also kind of wanting to, find a new hobby, some passion, all those kind of things as well, which I don't know if it fits in there, but it fits into self for sure. And I don't know, like Jason, I think we saw our mom, I think, trying to discover and kind of keep up with like a lot of what she did. And she found a lot of joy in like soccer stuff that she was doing. And it took a lot of time away as she was working. And then there was family, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I find that with myself sometimes too. I'm like, I have a hard time with like, I want to keep finding that next thing to kind of do it. It's definitely hard, where sometimes it's like, yeah, but am I helping my girls find their next thing sometimes?
Yeah.
So.
I'll say, to add to yours, Ryan, as far as finding new things, I've learned over a very long period of time that those things will come. Like, they won't happen very quick, but eventually you get to the point where it's like, oh, I'm in this new thing. Like, for example, like this right here, this is a thing that started off as like a maybe one-off and then turned off into like, oh, I'll try it for a week. And now it's like a big part of my life. I think if you're in the right mindset, they will just happen. And that doesn't mean that I'm just going to wait, I'm not going to wait around for it to happen, but I'm confident that I still have the mindset that when something piques my interest or that I find value in, that I'll find time for it.
I love that you're bringing this up, because I think that I think a lot of people, and maybe I'm going to over project on this, but they can lose themselves in their family. Because I recently found myself, I was sitting down and I recently picked up kind of, talk therapy again. I was talking through something and I was like, yeah, I just feel like I'm just a product of the environment around me. I feel like things are controlling me. It's pushing me into like all these different like areas. And I felt as if I was just living for each day, getting up to make sure things moved forward, but I wasn't ever thinking about the future and like thinking about like, and my goal has been really clear. It's been like, my goal is to get away from just being able to see 4 days in advance to now seeing 3 weeks in advance. And that's kind of been my goal. And one thing in particular, man, I forget what he said. I said something like, I feel self-helped out. I was like, I keep like I'm listening to all these podcasts every single morning. Like, we have Ryan Holiday, you got Gary stuff over there, you got, business coaches, like all of these things. And he did say something. It was just over indexing on like trying to like, work on yourself each day. Is like, there's a point where you don't need to. And I told him, I was like, and what I did is like, I just dropped all of those things, books, podcasts, and stuff like that. And I was like, I had to put them all aside. I got a fiction book. I started to listen to some like mythology stuff. Because it was like, I just got to stop working on myself. Because right now it's taking up so much mental energy and space. And I was like, I'm leaving no room for fun and enjoyment. And that's going to push my family further away. So whatever you said, Jason, I think about it.
That's a hard agree. I definitely go through times when I'll think that I need a perspective shift. So I'll seek out things like that, like you were just talking about. But at some point, it just kind of all becomes mush in your head.
For sure. I mean, I even texted you guys this morning about like another, self-help ish kind of thing, which I thought was a really good conversation, because I really do. I love understanding not the science of communication, but like how you can break it down and make it more efficient. I actually did.
I saw that come through, Ryan, and I looked. I was like, oh, an hour. Whew, I don't know if I have time for that.
Wait, I cut a clip for you. That was less than 2 minutes.
I didn't listen to it. Sorry.
Just saw the timestamp in the clip and we got scared.
Just listen at 2 times speed.
Always. You got to do that. That's always a crazy thing.
I can't do that.
No?
Mm-mm. It's not the way my brain works.
You were going to ask what I started listening to. Can I tell you?
What fiction?
I don't know. I feel like I'm like a little bit vulnerable on this.
Oh,
okay. Okay, here's 2 things. Okay, 2 things.
Blaze's turn.
Okay. Well, I was going to answer Blaze's question.
I'm reading like space horror right now, and then I read like some like spicy, like some book called The Housemaid about like a housemate that lives in someone's house and like how it disrupts a marriage. So I'm all over the place. I don't think, unless you're reading like Smurf fan fiction or something.
I kind of feel like it's not that much different. But so wait, here's 2 things. One, I've gone really deep into like Norse mythology, and it's and I'm now going down this whole rabbit hole of religion, and it's really interesting to see how many things have been what it looks like. What it looks like is that a lot of things within like Christianity have been taken from like the Norse traditions and all those kind of things too. And now it's interesting to then go into like search for those and then see what people's opinions are about it. But some things like look so clear cut. It's like Adam and Eve and then and so on and so forth. Anyway, I'm not going to go there right now. But the other thing is that I read a book and I loved it. It's called Hatchet. I think I sent it to you, Blaze. And I didn't know this. I was reading it and I was like,
book. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for reading it. And so I had.
Whoa, Ryan, have you read the book I sent you yet?
Okay.
Yeah, like 5 pages.
The Hatchet, a book that Ryan read as a kid, and he told me about it. He said, because all the books that I read, I don't read the back. And Ryan told me it's about a kid who flies off a plane, and all he has is a hatchet, and he has to get through the woods. And so I still plan on reading it. It's just I know the storyline. There's apparently a few other books like using the same character, but anyway, I was reading it and I was like, oh, that was great. I finished it. I felt accomplished as an adult that I finished this book because I'm not a big reader. And then like 2 days later, Sloan, my 8-year-old, runs in. She goes, Dad, what was that green book you were reading? I was like, I don't know. Is it this self-help book? And I keep showing her them. She goes, no. The other one. There was like an axe on it. And I was like, oh yeah. She's like, Colin just read that. And so it's like her friend. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, like I wasn't reading it for a challenge, but like I guess I wasn't ready, like being the same level as the like 8-year-old. But then I was actually book club now I'm gonna read it.
That's a book that middle schoolers read in my school, is Hatchet.
Great book. I loved it. This is the thing, the last thing I'm gonna say. I was talking with my therapist, and he has and he runs a book club for himself basically, but he runs it with his I think one of his kids and then some other younger kids. He's like, because it's what I enjoy reading. He's like, I don't want to read anything else except these like books that are on their level. And then we have a book club about it. And then I feel accomplished and I really enjoy it. I was like, all right, got it. I think I have to accept the fact that like that's the level that I'm enjoying books on, right? Or at least it's good for me. So that's what I'll say.
I think we have a new person. I don't know Plush Garden 716, but greetings.
Welcome, Plush Garden.
She's not new. I also went a couple times saying she was new.
I'm
so great to have.
I'm not here.
I mean, she's new as in like she came into the Be Friends community in the last couple of months. Yeah, she came through Whatnot streams, and we've all been introduced to her. And her sister is Destiny something. They live out near you, Blaze, in Buffalo.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome. I'm in Rochester, New York. Greetings.
Oh, look, his Bills shirt is on right now.
Yeah, go Bills. Let's say it together.
Yes.
Go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. All right.
Oh, well, you'll get a Super Bowl sometime.
How did Aaron Rodgers work out for you? Anyways, what I was really trying to say was Saturday, it's going to be a great day. And so what would your guys' advice for me be when I'm trying to chase work, family, and friends and fitness? And I think I'm doing the parenting one good. Work's okay. I think it's the work one I need to work on because I have my real work and my side hustles and then not getting paid on X. And so I think I need to prioritize that a little bit more.
I think you should just roll with that until you can't. Like, I think if you have the energy to try to handle all those, then by all means do it. And at some point, you'll find what really matters to you.
I think you need to find a way to mix them and find balance within all of them and get to a point where you're doing maybe less of them. So like when I started switching to like not working 5 days a week and working to 4 days a week, that opened up, more time for my family and more time for my friends. Mixing them. So, I have now work friendships. So I consider that like a mixture of both. My buddy Scott and I, we get lunch every Thursday and we go from talking about work to talking about life. And so it's just finding ways that you can mix work and scene and mix family and scene. And then just trying to find a way to do less. Like, how I feel about how much you do, Mr. Blaze. So I think it's that. It's hard to do. Like, I think Ryan Holiday's perspective on this is he's coming from the perspective of, and he's kind of like Gary Vee in this, is like, if you go so hard at your work, like because you're trying to scale and you're trying to be the best and trying to build a crazy empire, like it's obvious work is going to take way more of your time and you're going to barely have anything left. And that has to go to family. So that means you're going to have to sacrifice scene. And that's Ryan Holiday's perspective on it. But if you're not going as hard on work, like if you find a way to do what you need to do, get the bare minimum done plus a little extra and still provide a good quality product or service and just stop there. While you have a young, like my opinion is while you have a young family, like I have a young family, so I'm going to do less work, a little less scene, and concentrate heavily on family right now. And then once the kids are older and they're in the age of like teenagers or out of the house, then ramp up work, find a different scene, go join a rock climbing gym with Jason, travel the world, that kind of stuff. So.
No, I like how, because that was a good reminder, and I need to adopt this mindset back of like seasons, like what season am I in, and how it's like it can balloon, where like one balloon can be big right now, but it can be smaller later, and other ones can blow. And the other thing you made me think about was DeMille's 8, and she can read and write. Can she be a reply guy on my account? No, that's good.
Blaze, there was a moment that you had told me. You said I'm curious how you think about this right now. You said everything you do should feel like you're showered with joy.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Do you think that's realistic?
Uh,
I don't think it
Asking
is.
Blaze.
I think that there's things every single day that aren't going to shower you with joy. For instance, when my son woke up at 2 a.m. the other day and he pooped in his underwear because I forgot to put his nighttime diaper on, and I forgot, and then I got poop all over the room. You know, that didn't shower me with joy. But I had to get it done. But also, like some of these side hustles that I do, and even classes at work, there's something that's not showering me with joy. I'm going to say, listen, I don't want to do this. And then the response is going to either going to be great. I'm glad you let me know. Let's figure something else. Or it's going to be like, you have to do it. And then that's when I think I need to make the decision of like, I always tell people, you don't have to do anything. Like my kids, you don't have to do anything. It's just, if you don't do this, you're not getting, it unlocks A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And that's how life works. So, and that's a good reminder. You guys are giving me all the good reminders. Seasons, joy,
Balloons.
Showers.
rock climbing. We do need I don't have, you know what I think's been really putting me off is like we had the National New York Comic-Con and VCon and then nothing where we're all going to get together again. And I think that's something that I really need in my life to look forward to. So
Well, there is a lot coming up right now.
I know, but there's so much stuff. And I
It
don't
doesn't-
know.
I'm trying to go to New York Comic Con, but it's being met with resistance. I figure it's far enough away that I can talk her into it.
And
Not
Steve,
Chicago.
Doesn't sound interesting to me.
It's interesting for a day to go in, and then you have to make your time. Like you can't expect to show up and be like, I'm entertained. That's what I feel like. Because like I know that you can show up and you stand in front of a booth and you're like, oh wait, okay, hold on. I got to figure out what to do right now. I just want to say, Blaze, when you sent me that message, my first reaction was like, shut the fuck up. But I did sit with it for a minute and I was like, yeah, but you know what? I definitely don't believe that's true. But I think it's a good moment to stop, pause, and just, make sure, is there joy missing where there could easily be joy, right? And I think that, the absence of places where you could find it simply, I think it just points out some type of issue, right? There shouldn't be the resistance. And like Dom, I was thinking about obstacle is the way. And I was thinking, I think that you can definitely make sure that you work through all of those obstacles, I think separately with like family and scene and business and health and whatever else. I think that if there's an obstacle, I think moving through it is really important. But I think as an aggregate, if like that obstacle becomes so big that you feel like you're pushing them all at once, then I think something's wrong. You can't push that, boulder, just basically what they're saying here, the whole thing is, but that was my thought. Like, something's going to be hard, but if they're all hard together, then it's a problem. That was good. Anyway, we should have a rock climbing. Oh wait, I have a goal of getting solo camping done. And then you guys can come join me.
All right, yeah, I'll come.
A bunch of lone wolves camping together. I'll do that. I'll join you.
Well, I need like at least a night by myself. That was the point of me going solo.
I'll
But
join you on
then
the second night. On night number 2.
I'll see how it
So we're
goes.
all supposed to travel to New York and then just like wait for you to camp by yourself for a night and then go
Yes.
find you.
Stay in the parking lot. I'm either,
It's like
I don't know.
It's like an effed up game of hide and seek.
Oh man.
Wait a second. I think we might have a good one. I'm
All right.
somewhere in the Rockies.
Everybody, we're doing a VDAD's camping trip. We hope you can make it. Just don't talk to Ryan for a day. You gotta, if you see him, you gotta walk the other way. All right, I
Let's
gotta go.
play tag.
Any last words for anybody?
I
You
fucking
guys?
love you guys.
Love you guys. Have a good Saturday. A
Our
great
team-
Saturday. A joyous Saturday.
The best. If it doesn't shower you with joy,